everyone, and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Patrick, and on behalf of Disney's Hollywood Studios and Turner Classic Movies, please welcome our host for this one-of-a-kind tour, Robert Osborne.
Thank you. Hooray for Hollywood indeed. What better way to start our journey? From the Old West to the rooftops of London and along the yellow brick road, there really is no place like the movies. One of Hollywood's significant contributions to the world of film were great musicals. This scene is from one of my favorites, the 1933 Busby Berkeley spectacular, Footlight Parade. Here's one of the most famous of all dance sequences. It's in the 1952 musical classic, Singing in the Rain.
Here's Gene Kelly singing in the rain, literally.
Here's one of the quintessential Disney musicals, Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. This classic earned 13 Academy Award nominations.
Chim Chim Cheree. I love this song. Sing along.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. With the sleep, you're in glad company.
Hold on to this wallet, some purses, folks. This doesn't look like a very good neighborhood.
Here's the birthplace of the gangster film, the seedy underbelly of Chicago, from The Public Enemy, starring James Cagney. Released in 1931 before strict censorship rules were enforced, The Public Enemy is a gritty, realistic, and violent look at the world of gangsters of the Depression era.
I've actually walked under a couple overpasses like this in downtown Chicago. Yeah. And nothing like this sketchy, but like this kind of an overpass, I walk under these.
I love gangster movies. Sorry, he's got a point. I hate it when people talk during the movie.
Western films depict the legendary American wild frontier, where cowboys and their loyal steeds maintain order in towns against the untamable wilderness. John Wayne and Clint Eastwood are two of the iconic stars who epitomize this ideal of the stoic gunslinger.
Shot. I tell my love. Go right ahead. That's what you're going to do. A long time ago, I made me a rule. Let people do what they want.
The Duke and Clinton have made some of the greatest westerns of all time. This was Rob the Bank, not on my watch, Pilgrim. Sit tight, folks. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Your guide will return momentarily. Remain seated, please.
Hold it right there, hombre.
Good job, Slade. Come on, you guys are back. Oh yeah? That's the evening, stranger. Time for the last roundup.
Reach for the sky!
He's here.
You're under arrest!
Get in there.
What are you doing, woman? Give yourself up. Maybe the stress will go easy on.
I think it's time for a visit to a concession stand. Bye.
Wait for this.
Nothing to it. Nobody's sticking my neck in a noose. Ladies, fences, shoot.
You're riding with me now. Hang on to your horses. Speaking of which, where are the horses? Time to saddle up and ride. Chow, giddy up. Adios, Tin Horn. I'm riding off into the sunset. Oh, sun sure went that quick, didn't it? So no one trying to be funny now. Get to stay put. What in tarnation is this?
Science fiction has been a staple of classic movies, from George Méliès's A Trip to the Moon to George Lucas's Star Wars. In 1979, director Ridley Scott and Sigourney Weaver made audiences believe that in space, no one can hear you scream. This is Alien.
Scream? sound of that.
Warning, remain in your vehicle. The area you are entering is extremely dangerous. Proceed with caution.
The emergency disrupt system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10. The option to override automatic
Look out!
T-minus 5.
What the Sam hell was that? It's rearing up again. I wish my old partner Snake was here. Dad, Bernard, I said snake, not snakes.
Steven Spielberg and George Lucas cemented their status as the Blockbuster Boys with their first partnership. Here from that legendary collaboration is Harrison Ford as archaeologist Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Snakes. Why'd I have to be snakes?
Some of the biggest horror stars of Hollywood have appeared in the ancient story of a cursed Egyptian temple. A priceless jewel that beckons to all, but be warned, the temptation always leads to destruction.
Looks like we hit the mother load. I reckon it's time to stake my claim. Ain't nothing more than another ghost town. Takes a lot more than this to spook me. And any hombres move, I'm fetching that treasure. Unless you want a bit of full land. I wish I knew how to quit.
I've seen enough movies to know that you really shouldn't even think about trying to steal that jewel.
Halt, unbeliever. Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives.
It's our tour guide. Oh.
Not bad for my first movie, huh?
But just ending. To show you anything can happen in the movies. Now, let's get on with the show.
Ooh, I see that big Things that go bump in the night have always been a staple of movies. One of the first horror films was a silent short featuring a dancing skeleton created by the Lumiere brothers in 1897. Most audiences and filmmakers demonstrated an early interest in the macabre, although the term horror wasn't used to describe the film genre until the 1930s. Wow, it's really a jungle out there. Where are we?
This is the jungle home of one of the most famous movie characters of them all, Tarzan. The movie's most popular Tarzan is undoubtedly Johnny Weissmuller, who spun through 12 films as the King of the Jungle.
No flash photography, please. Turn the light off, please. Turn the light off, please. Over there we have Maureen O'Sullivan as Jane and Tarzan's sidekick Cheetah, who was portrayed by over a dozen chimpanzee actors over the years. How about a nice round of applause for Jake, Skippy, Harry, Zippy Dinky, and all the rest. You know the jungle has always been a perfect setting for great adventure movies. Think about the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark when archaeologist Indiana Jones sprays the stick to steal the golden idol. Or the spooky jungle where Arnold Schwarzenegger battles the Predator. Tarzan paved the way with his iconic ape call, so Arnold could eventually yell, "Get to the chopper."
1982, Bogey finally got to spread his wings and romance the beautiful Ingrid Bergman in Casablanca.
Inside of us, we both know you belong with Victor. It's work with him that keeps him going. Not playing easy around him. You're not with him for better. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, the rest of your life. You'll always have family. You didn't have it. You lost it until you came to Casablanca. You got it back last night. I've got a job to do too. Well, I'm going to Casablanca. I've got to leave
And now, one of the most famous movie stars in one of his greatest roles, Mickey Mouse as the Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia.
When the film came out in 1940, Walt Disney promised to add new musical sequences in the future. His nephew Roy kept that promise 60 years later with the release of Fantasia 2000.
We've come over the rainbow and into one of the most beloved and most watched films in movie history, The Wizard of Oz.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Which way do we go? Oh, the Yellow Brick Road. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Sing along, folks. You know the words.
Here at Disney's Hollywood Studios and Turner Classic Movies, we hope you've enjoyed our tour through some of my favorite films. But remember, there are many more adventures waiting for you every day on TCM.
We didn't need dialogue. We had to face it.
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. Step inside!
start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner?
Is it safe?
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I'm a man. Well, nobody's perfect. Shut up.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Good morning, Vietnam!
He's looking at you, kid.
Movies, the stuff that dreams are made of. I hope you've enjoyed our ultimate celebration of classic movies, and remember, you can find many more beloved stories and legendary stars on Turner Classic Movies.
On behalf of Disney's Hollywood Studios and Turner Classic Movies, we'd like to thank you for joining us on the Great Movie Ride. Now, please remain seated until the vehicle comes to a complete stop. Please gather your personal belongings and take small children by the hand. And when these doors open, rise dramatically to your feet and make a grand exit directly to the rear of your vehicle.